Hello, my name is Elita and I am delighted to be partnering with Libraries NI to bring you some fun hands-on science. So I'm hoping that you will join me at my Science Starz lab to do some hands-on science today. So first of all, what is science and what does a scientist do? Well, have you ever investigated things really closely? Maybe some bugs? Have you ever put magnets together and wondered why they stick even though they're not sticky? Have you ever thrown a ball up in the air and wondered why it comes back down again and doesn't just keep flying out into space? If you've ever asked these sorts of questions and wondered how things work, that's you already acting like a scientist, because that's what scientists do. Scientists try to figure out how things work by testing things out and investigating and doing experiments. So you're probably doing a bit of science every day and you don't even realize it. Now today we're going to be doing some fun hands-on science using materials and ingredients that you probably already have in your home. So let's get started and we'll show you what you need. So in this video, we're going to do a couple of experiments that have to do with color and color separation. So you're going to need Skittles, a plate, and some water. Open up your bag of Skittles and place them on the plate all around in a circle. And set them up in whatever way you'd like. You can put like colors together or separate the colors out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pour some water onto the plate very slowly and keep pouring until you have enough to make sure that the bottom of the Skittles are touching the water. You don't need to cover the Skittles, but just make sure that all the Skittles come into contact with the water. And then watch carefully what happens. So make sure you keep the plate nice and still, and gradually you should start to see color coming out of the Skittles and making their way into the center of the plate, creating beautiful rainbow streaks. Now, are the streaks moving quickly or slowly? Do you think the streaks of color would move more slowly or quicker with warm water? And what about cold water? Or do you think that they would move at the same rate no matter what the difference in temperature is? You might want to try it again after with a different temperature of water than what you did the first time. Why not make a prediction or a scientific guess as to what you think is going to happen? Will the streaks move more quickly or will they move more slowly with the change in temperature? So let's talk about what's happening. Skittles are coated with sugar and food coloring. And when you add water to the Skittles, the sugar and food coloring start to dissolve. They have similar amounts coated on them, so they dissolve at similar speeds and stay in their lanes. So the sugar is moving to areas of water with lower sugar concentration. And if the water is poured in the center, this is happening for each Skittle at about the same speed until the colors all meet pretty much in the middle. Fascinating, isn't it? Today what you're going to need is some kitchen roll, some water-soluble markers, scissors, a pipette if you have one, if not, a syringe. Okay. Some glue stick, which is optional if you want to glue what you're going to make at the end onto a card, and a cup with water in it. In a science lab, we would normally use filter paper. Okay, if you have any coffee filter paper at home, you can use that because it works quite well. But if you don't, kitchen roll works. So today's investigation is all about separating colors. What happens when you mix two different colors together to get a new color? So for example, if you mix yellow and blue together, you would get a new color. What color would you get? You'd get green. Okay, so the more colors you mix, the darker the colors seem to get. So what I'd like you to do is on your kitchen roll, just take one piece fold it in half, okay? And let's draw a circle, like so. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is color it in with a few different colors. So I'm gonna try purple. So you can see my purple. Now I'm gonna put green on top of it and see what I get. Okay. Looking like a dark green color now. Now I wonder what will happen if I try blue. It is starting to tear, so I'm just dabbing it right now so that it doesn't tear the piece of kitchen roll. You could try this on a piece of paper as well. So I've got a color now that looks black, or nearly black. It's a very, very dark color. And I got that from combining 3 colors. So try 3 colors yourself and see what you get. Now, what would happen if I wanted to do the opposite of mixing colors? What if I wanted to separate my colors into the original colors that went into mixing them? Okay, so with your piece of kitchen roll, we're going to try to make a circle. And to do that, first we're going to fold the piece of kitchen roll in half. Then we're going to fold it in half again. Then we want to fold up one of the corners so that it's like a triangle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, you hear the birds? We're going to cut the top bit off so it looks like a pizza slice. Okay, so once we open that, we should hopefully have a circle. There. Okay, so with our circle, this is where we're going to start decorating our kitchen roll. So grab a few colors. I'm going to use black because I think that's a good one, as it takes a lot of colors to make black. Okay, so I'm going to first draw a circle here. And the reason why I draw a circle here is because the part in the middle, we're not going to color that. That's where the water's going to go. We're going to be adding water to this. Okay, now outside of the circle, you can draw whatever you'd like. Now, the word chromatography comes from the Greek. Chroma means color and tography means writing. So maybe I will write my name. Okay, and then I'll just get a bit creative and add a few colors all over. So you can draw whatever you'd like. You can do squiggles. You can do circles. Remember to draw very gently because kitchen roll tears very easily. Let me see what other color. One more color. We'll go for purple. Do you know what colors go into making purple? Have a guess. I'm going to make some triangles. Did you guess? If you guessed red and blue, you're absolutely right. And I'm wondering if anybody has any predictions. Do you remember what a prediction is? It's a fancy word for a science guess. So I'm wondering if anybody can predict what colors are going to come out of my black. Have a guess and try to guess yourself what colors are going to come out of your colors on your kitchen roll. So now we need our pipette or syringe. Okay. And you're going to want to get something that your kitchen roll can rest on to allow the water to spread. Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to add water to the middle of the kitchen roll, right in the middle of the circle that you drew. And we're going to just put a few drops and see what happens. Just a little bit. There, I've done one. I need a bit more, so I'm going to do a bit more. Oh, there we go. So there goes my black spreading out on my piece of kitchen roll. Okay, and if you look carefully, you can see the water starting to spread, and that water's going to keep spreading all the way to the edge, of the circle. Okay, but I might need to add a bit more. Can you see the blue that's coming out of it? I'm going to add a bit more. So add your water very slowly, very carefully. And keep adding it in the middle. You can see it. You can see it spreading. Oh, I'm seeing purple now. Can you see the purple? Now it's reaching my other colors, like the pink. So I'm just going to let that sit. Okay, this is the one that I did earlier, and you can see all the different colors that I used. But not only that, I got some new colors because I started out with the color black. And as you can see, black is no longer on that page. So chromatography isn't just used for separating colors. It's also used for creating vaccines, food testing, beverage testing, drug testing, and forensic testing. So I ended up cutting it into the shape of a flower. I stuck it on the back of a card and I cut it out. So what I have now is a lovely colourful flower. The colours have all separated. As you can see, you can't see black anymore. The black is separated out into all the different colours that went into making black, and all my other colours separated out as well. So I hope you have enjoyed today's science activities. I hope you've learned something new. And when you are doing these experiments, maybe try to think of some books that you can relate to what you've done today. So any books that involve getting lost, or any books that involve colors or nature, space, robots, anything about the world around us. Have a wee think if there is some science that you could maybe take out of that. Be sure to check out Libraries and I's website for ebooks that tie in with this activity and many others. So this is Elita from Science Starz saying goodbye for now. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you soon.